Hey, beautiful ladies around the world. This is your host again, Yemi Majekudumi from Widow Recovery Secrets. I hope you're well. I hope your family is well. And I hope you're getting stronger daily. If you're visiting this podcast for the first time, I'm very sorry for your loss. But I'm here to share hope and positivity for your future. Because where there's life, there's hope. You're still here. So I pray you get stronger in your walk and you'll find and reinvent yourself eventually. And for those who have continued to listen to my podcast, I'm thanking you today again. Please continue to listen, download, and share the podcast. And do not forget to rate us. A good star is good. You can subscribe to our podcast by using the link in the summary notes. And I've now inserted in the podcast a feedback link also. Please give us a feedback or suggest topics you would like to hear me talk about. I'd love to engage you. And it's another way of getting to know who listens to the podcast. In terms of further support, we offer monthly the Widow Wellness Support Group, which is every third Saturday of the month from 7 to 8 on Saturday. To know more, go to Eventbrite. You'll find the link in the summary notes. And for more information in terms of what I do, what support I can give you, go to walkingoutofwidowed.com. And I'm just reminding you again that I do continue to serve as a coach to single women and widows. Those looking to grow in relationships, career, leadership skills, faith, and grief recovery. Basically, I work with you to grow from where you are to where you want to be. Connect with me directly via social media or go to walkingoutofwidow.com or businessandmarriagecoaching.co.uk. All links are in the summary notes. So, what am I talking about today? Well, today's podcast 128. And the question I'm addressing today is, how do you implement positive change in the most comfortable zone you find yourself? So, as life changes and we take decisions and we live in situations based on the decisions we have made, you might get to a point in life where you want a change due to your present situation not meeting your needs, or you require more from life and you just will not settle for the as is. So my reference to change is in the context of wanting more, much better and measurable progression. And this eventually leads to successfully obtaining your goals. So this could relate to your present job, your present business partnership, personal relationship, or the environment you currently live in, or anything that makes you feel you want something different. Whatever it is, as human beings, we tend to grow and evolve. So outgrow where we presently are. So the question I'm posing today is, despite being aware of requiring change, why can it be so difficult to plan and action the change you want? Okay, so I'm looking at 3 key points to get you to reflect on what I'm trying to say. So number 1, how does your perception of self impact what you choose to accept or not? Number 2, how do you learn how to start planning and then action the required change? Number 3, what resources do you require now to aid and enhance your required change? There's quite a few, but 3 I thought I'll keep to that minimum. It's not exhaustible. In most situations, we can unconsciously convince ourselves that where we are or where you are is what you are worth, and then you settle for the current place of being. And this can eventually impact on various aspects of your personality and well-being. To mention 3. Number 1, it can severely impact your mental health. You could start to internalize feelings, turning on yourself, and this could be expressed outwardly to others as anger or resentment. The personal stagnation felt can manifest in the action mentioned above, especially when you do nothing to impact the change you want or you require. And this is what is referred to as feelings of being in a rut. Number 2, you can become helpless and not know where to get help, especially if you have no mentor or positive motivational drivers in your environment. Number 3, you can become trapped and start avoiding the issues. E.g., at work, your sick record becomes noticeably high. In a relationship, you become so low in mood and start becoming depressed, becoming very withdrawn and communicating when it's wholly necessary. I'm wondering if you can relate to this. Even if you can't, it might be a point of reference later to you or someone you share this with. So how do we action positive change? I'll mention 3. These are just a few. Number 1, intentionally look for guidance. Intention is to go out and find it. The opportunity of social media now is just to Google literally what you want and you'll find something. So Google specifically what help you need. A whole flurry of units will come up. You'll be amazed. You have so much choice. Just click on one unit and start by making that call. Do you know just one act opens your mind to knowing you can find and get the support required? And I recall this in the context of there was a time when my husband died, I needed help in terms of my present employment and what support I would need. And I remember doing exactly that act. And I clicked on a link and I linked with a solicitor in my environment where I live. And just less than 5 minutes, words of wisdom she shared with me set the ball rolling of how to get the support I need. So number 2, share your thoughts with a trusted individual to whom you might unconsciously look up to. Number 3, focus daily on at least one actionable step that brings you closer to the change required. Having a plan opens your heart to a ray of hope and expectancy. To conclude, there's nothing you cannot train your mind to do. Just focus and be intentional. Avoid the voices of fear that will try to impress on your impossibilities. Start today by reflecting honestly on why you are frustrated, why you're angry, why you might be resentful, and what is really the positive change you need to make your life more balanced and fulfilling. You can get my free e-notes, prayer e-notes, by clicking the link in the summary notes. I'm signing off now. I hope I've given you a few tips, and I hope they do help. This is your host, Yemi Majekodumi from Widow Recovery Secrets. I repeat again, thank you for listening and sharing the podcast. Please continue to listen, download and share our podcast. And do not forget to leave your comments or drop us some questions, and do rate it. A 5-star is good. You can subscribe to our podcast by using the link in the summary notes. This gives you access to new and fresh material immediately I release them. I continue to serve you as a coach, one-to-one, to single women or widows looking to grow in relationships, career, leadership skills, faith, and grief recovery. Basically, I work with you to grow from where you are to where you want to be. Connect with me directly via social media. I would love to hear from you. Or go to my website to request to have a chat on walkingoutofwidow.com or businessandmarriagecoaching.co.uk. All links are in the summary notes. Stay well and stay blessed. Thank you very much for listening. Stay well. Bye-bye.